Well, we ran the Solara last night. Pretty tough competition. There was a little bit of some arguments going on when I got there. A lot of people knew that this was a V6 that I swapped to a 4-cylinder. So there was about a 20-minute talk about what class I should run. As you can see, V6. So the discussion was that all V6s have to run full size at this place, and all 4-cylinders run 4-cylinder. I had a 4-cylinder motor. I'm basically a Toyota Camry. There was lots of other Camrys there, but I still ran full size. And why did I run full size? Because, to be honest, it was less cars out there, and there was a little bit of a stink, so to stop all controversy, I just went in full size. But I had fun. I went up against a couple Crown Vics, Chevy roundback, not roundback, but 90s bubble wagon. There was also a 91 Ford Taurus in there with a V6 and an Illumina and a Taurus wagon. So it went pretty good. The back of the car pretty much did everything I wanted to do. Everything stayed together very, very well. It didn't even move. It didn't even come into my gas tank protector. There's still a lot of space. It kind of looks like the passenger side started kinking in a bit, but not a lot. Pretty impressed with this. As you can see right down inside the trunk there, I didn't even push the spare tire carrier up, and everything looks like it went exactly how I wanted to go. I started having a little bit of problems when the motor was getting hot, but realistically my heat lasted like over 15 minutes, and I went in there with a couple big holes in this radiator, so I was kind of impressed with how long the motor actually ran for, to be honest. But being a 4-cylinder with a flat tire, a lot of the cars were actually clearing my rad support, and it's quite obvious they were. Everything was kind of being smashed into the motor. This motor has been through like 5 derbies now. I think it's just about done, to be honest, and it's a shame because the car is still pretty good. I didn't really think this car would fare that well. The only thing that really happened to it is the crush box is actually folded up the nicest I've ever had any crush boxes fold up, and came in very square. I've never had that before. But everything else is still straight. No plates, no nothing. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's go take a look at the other side. But this is my first time running a Solara. The back end came in just like a new body Camry, which I was really hoping for. It came in straight, it came in flush, and it came in really nice, to be honest. Over here on this side, kind of looks like the bumper came in. Can't really, oh yeah, you can see that the front 6 inches is kind of gone on this frame a bit. But kind of expected that. I did break a tie rod about halfway through the heat, or the feature you guys want to call it, was one and done. I'm not sure which one it is yet. I'm not sure if it's passenger or driver. Kind of feels like it's probably driver. But no, I think I did pretty well, to be honest. I was having a little bit of issues, like because of how tired the motor is. When I was being hit hard, the car would turn off and I'd have to refire, and I have no alternator, so I knew I could only do that so long. And it eventually got so hot and the battery got a little bit dead and it wouldn't fire again. So that's what ended up taking me out. But I can't really ask a whole lot for this car. It's pretty mangled. I haven't got the hood open, but I'm kind of scared to see what it looks like inside there. Even the threaded rod got cleaned up pretty good all the way up. Another issue I started having inside this car was my seatbelt kept locking up. I'd have to undo it and then put it back on, and when the 4th time I went to do it, I couldn't clip the seatbelt back in. And the reason for that is this hit right here actually knocked my seatbelt mechanism loose, and it kind of started binding on itself. So I think that might be a downside to these Solaras, is I'm going to have to start moving the seatbelt locations because it got so tight on me, it was actually choking me inside the ring. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints about this car at all. I might try to fix it, I might try to run it again, but realistically, if I can't pull that driver's side back, she won't be run again because it's pretty exposed. We'll see. Maybe I'll just leave this car running in my backyard, and you never know. It doesn't hurt for me to leave all this stuff into it. A show comes up that's a pretty stock show local to me, take it. Maybe no hood, no fenders, no nothing. But After it sat for about 10 minutes, she did fire up and try to drive on the trailer, but with the broken tie rod and the flat tire, it was just tearing the snot out of the back of my trailer. So I decided just to winch it on. Came up nice and easy. See, like, look at the big chunks this thing took out of my trailer. I hate taking big chunks out of my trailer like that. But the Crown Vics were a little bit of a competition. Like, they were a pretty tough car, but the stuff I was mostly concerned about in that Derby was the front-wheel drive Tauruses and that Lumina. The Lumina was a tough car. Near the end of it, my motor was very hot. I had a broken tie rod and a flat tire. I could tell that I had something wrong with the front end, and I just really could not catch that Lumina. He was twice as fast as me. Near the end of it, him and I were doing a lot of front-end to front-end shots, and I kind of wanted that to continue because I knew that was the only way I was going to beat him. He ended up popping his rad near the end of it, and he sputtered and turned off. And if any of you guys know, when a Lumina is hot and it turns off, chances of it refiring are not that good. So I took the advantage and I went wide into the track, turned around, got as much speed as I could, and did a driver's side axle shot. I ended up freeing him up, but you could tell that he was in panic mode, and he started like pounding me into the corner, and then my battery was dead. I almost had him. Almost beat a Lumina with a 4-cylinder Solara. It would have been a day. I could have bugged him for the rest of my life saying that a Camry beat his Lumina. But overall, had a great day, had lots of fun. And if you guys didn't know, I rocked home with a second place trophy. And I think the second place trophy is the best because it's got a spinner in it. But I'm gonna have to scratch out that large car and put small mini car beside it. But I don't know, it was pretty fun. I had lots of fun. The wife and all of our friends went out. We all went out for dinner afterwards. It was a pretty good day. Met up with a whole bunch of people I haven't seen before, and there was 2 younger kids there. Came up to me, asked me for some photos, asked me for a shout out, but I'm really sorry guys. I'm horrible with names. I think your names were Mike or Kyle. Gave you some free stickers. Thanks for coming out and watching me. It's super nice to meet all the guys that watch my channel, especially the younger generation. If the younger generation does not get into Demolition Derby, the sport's gonna die. Getting these kids out there and just getting them involved, like you guys there, made that my night. You didn't even want photos with the winner, you wanted photos with me. I want to say thanks to you guys, and thanks everybody for watching. And we'll definitely have more Demolition Derbies coming up in this 2018 season, buddy. See you out there, guys. Take care.